Hey guys, welcome back to King's Outdoor Life. Today's project, new to me, camper shell. It was about this time my neighbor fires up her lawnmower and comes around the house, so I had to switch off the volume there. So as you can see, my beautiful new to me new camper shell is not a color labeled in a Crayola box, but everything works. As you can see, the lock on one side works, the latches work, and it fits great. It's got some character already, probably 20 years old, so it's been through who knows what. But anyway, Lawson and I took it down to the place south of town that has the pressure washer and got her cleaned up a little bit. We figured we could knock some of the loose paint off this. On our way, we went by to see a guy I know that paints cars and everything like that for a living, and talked to him about how to paint it, the color paint it, and everything like that. And he said it was going to cost $200-300 just for the paint, the hardener, the clear coat, and he would not even charge me for labor because we're old friends. But I thought, man, the camper shell's barely worth $200-300. I don't think I'm going to spray that or pay that to have it sprayed. He said, well, you can always go with what my buddy Eubanks calls a rattle can paint job, which is spray paint from Walmart. So that's what we did. So what we're doing here is we've got to clean the truck up too, but we're getting the camper shell ready to paint it. The paint guy, my buddy, said too, if you try to paint it white, you're never going to get it just right. You're better off to paint it black, since the trim is black and everything around it is black. As far as on the truck, you better go with black. So I'd like to have a nice white camper shell to match the truck. I was not willing to spend $1,500 to $2,000, and that's what I was finding. So this one is used. It's good enough condition for me. The goal here is we're trying to put together a trip to South Dakota, and we're going to try to take my truck and put everything in there, and this will at least keep it dry. So it's not pretty, but it will hopefully serve the purpose, and that's get us through hunting season, maybe take a few more road trips. Lawson and I will do some hunting in some different places, and this will at least keep our gear dry when we're doing that. So anyway, you'll see here in a minute all we went through to get this thing ready and get it looking at least a little better.
Make a selection, then enter the amount shown.
All right, we're gonna run this thing through the car wash. Let's see. Basic wash is plenty. I asked the guy, would it be okay to go through here with a big truck and a camper shell. He said it was okay, but the guy that owns this ought to call him and see if he minds his people being on YouTube, or maybe get a sponsorship out of it. There we go. Today's King's Outdoor Life brought to you by Red Rocket Express. I'll talk to Wendell about that. I don't know why I've always been fascinated by car washes, but I've always been fascinated by car washes. I really can't see anything. It's too sudsy. I've always wanted to go through the car wash with the windows down and the sunroof open.
So far the camper shell is still on. That's a good sign. Oh, you know, I wish it would rain now. Or is it down? It's down. Rain down. Down on me. Oh, you know, I wish it would rain on me. Got this little piece up there on my hood that needs to be replaced. You see it flying up? It's down now, but it was flying up when it was blowing. But as you can see right there, this little piece of rubber gasket.
Well, as you can see here, we have the camper shell off the truck, and we put it in the shade, and we've got some, I don't know what they're called, little sanding pads that Shane, my buddy who's the painter, gave us. He gave us some tape to mask it off, and we're doing a little wet sand here just to kind of get the rough edges off. And interestingly enough, I was just thinking Shane and Eubanks are first cousins, so they both give me good advice here on the painting of this. So anyway, family affair here. My wife came out and helped us, and she hates the idea of the camper shell, but she's always a good sport, and she's out here helping us get this thing ready to paint here. So maybe this would be like a TLC show, one of those Shabby Chic or one of those Old Made New, or some great show. If I was a star on TLC, this would be, I'm sure, a whole lot better idea than it is. But anyway, we're making the best of it here. So we got it sanded. As soon as we finished it up with the wet sand, we put it out in the sun, let it dry out, and then we moved it back in the shade. You can see my daughter pop in the picture there. She's saying, "What in the world are y'all doing? That thing is awful looking." She's right, it is, but it's getting good. So anyway, so we put it back in the shade here, and we're painting it up. I used Krylon glossy black paint, and we used, I think, 4 cans is what it took to spray this thing. I had 1 can. I bought 5 cans. I bought all they had at Walmart, and had 1 can left over, so we'll touch it up here, make another coat. Had a couple of runs, so I'll have to sand those off, and then we'll come back across this thing and touch it up again here. But all in all, went pretty smooth. Also have to come back with a razor blade and scrape off some of the overspray that got on the windows. But like I say, I'm pretty pleased how it turned out here. So we'll show you the finished product here in just a second. Alright, so here's the finished product. Like I say, from a distance, just don't get too close. It looks pretty good. It's going to serve its purpose, and that's what we're after here. I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on something I'll rarely use, but this will get us through hunting season. And like I say, I think it turned out pretty good. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this video. Click like, subscribe, share this with a friend. Have a great day.